Whoa, it started a little loud there. Hello, everyone. Let's see, I'll go ahead and shout this out and stuff. Alright, I've announced it. Hopefully this isn't too late for people. I would honestly understand if it is. It's a little late for me. I'm tired. I just really wanted to stream today, because it's a Friday. Yeah, we'll see if anybody, mills in through the chats or whatever. In the meantime... let me see if I can kind of remember what I was doing here. Let's see, something dark's going on the rock farm. There's a hospital. They have a hospital around here? I think one of the bigger cities or something would have had that. But, what do I know? Oh, it's supposed to be the hospital. Okay, it's definitely, progress. Alright, let me look at items and stuff. I assume I bought all of the... Oh, okay, I, ran myself out of money last time. Oh, hey there, Soren Yoshi. How's it going, man? Hope you've been good. It's always pleasant to hear from you. Thanks for... showed up even if for a bit. Alright, let's check on these. The old pie farm. It's easy to town, but I wouldn't go there if I were you. Something's wrong. I'm just glad the family is all out for the season. It felt like I was only in there an hour, but every pony tells me it was 2 days, and that laugh, I'll never forget it. Yeah, I'm mostly okay. A little on the tired side. What happened? I just went on a dare, and it was like the 1 second the floor was solid and the next just fell out from under me. Man. I imagine Pinkie Pie is gonna have some crazy stuff going on, which is befitting of the Pinkie Pie. But yeah, I'm glad you're good. I think I already said it. I'm mostly okay. a little tired at the moment, but I still wanted to stream anyways. It looks like the build up to the rock farm is dangerous because, I mean, honestly, because of course it is. I don't know what else I would expect at this point. For whatever reason, it just shocked me. I was like, oh, wow, yeah, I'm playing, a JRPG? Man, when did that happen? Wow, they're also beating up Rainbow Dash, which is just exceptionally rude. They're also kind of, tough, so I'm thinking I should start spamming some abilities here to really, mess them up. I guess you can feed Rainbow Dash a cupcake. There we go. Freaking finally. No! You actual bitch. Why? I'm gonna try the escape option and see if it works, because I'm probably going to load off that. Considering I literally just started and have made literally 0 progress, there is no reason to not just load. And that is the creed of one of those people who play JRPGs and they're like, oh shit, I'd have to waste an item Like, this game had normal inns and stuff, sure, but I would have to waste a revival item, which, to be fair, actually, revival items even expensive anymore? I don't think they are. What's a revival item? No, it is not expensive. Okay, well, whatever. It's still... it still wasn't worth it. What is this? I ain't never seen a farmhouse like this before. Dark magic capable of warping structures like this. I've never seen it done with such an elaborate result before. So be careful not to become lost within this labyrinth. Spooky. Yeah, what the hey? Spike trap, a nasty one at that. I doubt this will be the last we see of these. Okay, so we have traps now. Which deal, what, like 10 damage to 10-ish damage to everyone? Probably like 10% HP or something like that. Sounds about right. Alright, that's fair. Whoa, we got a new crystal. Nuts. Okay, this time I'm just gonna go all out with my abilities. I'm not going to play nice even for a second against these nerds because they did not did not play nice with me. I think it best to just all out on the murder side of things. We have the recovery items at this point, so I think it's well worth it in my opinion. The only one who I might not have all out on is actually Applejack, just because her basic attacks actually do good damage, which they're not that good actually. Use Rainbow Dash's basics to do good. I swear somebody, Luna maybe? I swear somebody had like a pretty solid looking basic hit earlier, but maybe like yeah, 78, that's not bad. I guess Luna can basic attack for now. There she goes. I would just be doing stuff like that. Reality Anchor? Prevents confusion. Oh, okay, that actually makes some degree of sense, yeah. I think that makes sense to have on Applejack. She's pretty anchored to reality, right? Pretty solidly there. I don't think you should be, like, spamming hurricanes. What kind of damage we got here? Oh, okay, that was not very good. I'm assuming probably due to elemental damage, like they just... Wow, actually, maybe these guys are just strong against magic or something. Yeah, looks like it. Okay. Fair enough. There's the enemy writing and stuff going on in this game. Fire damage, Celestia, what are you? Idiot. Stupid spider nerd. Wow, it's like, whoops. Ooh, treasure chest. Ooh, a piece of candy. Stone armor. That does not I'm guessing that's good. That does not sound like that would be good. Resists earth and wind damage. So dark and water. Actually, I wouldn't hate having that on Luna. Just make sure she's like, especially because I feel like Luna is really good. And I wonder why. What's strength 37? I feel like it's partially this weapon, which is weird. I I don't know the typings on this game. It feels like water damage is doing a lot right now, though. Where'd those come from? Well, they're a second ago. Guess this is Pinkie Pie's realm of random things that happen, so I shouldn't be surprised. Because that is very Pinkie Pie. Random things happen. KO. Greenbash is, I was gonna say, unfortunately, very low on HP here. Wow, you're not nearly as dead as I wanted you to be this turn. Thank you. Looks like she doesn't get experience because she's dead. That is probably to be expected, really. I should have gone back and used the tent, to be honest. But, at this point, it's too late to go back for that, in my opinion. The music in here is alright. Orthotic, wow. Nice. Just what I always wanted. I think I may be streaming a little too late at night. Oh, hey, MTF. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm not streaming too late at night. Maybe I announced why I stream a little too suddenly. I don't know. Or what do you think? Am I streaming too late at night? For whatever reason, I feel really paranoid about that. I think it's because I'm, like, tired myself. Probably shouldn't have actually started streaming the game when I'm really tired in the middle of the night, but, like, I don't know. I've just been wanting to stream today. It's Friday. Yeah. Yeah, it's Friday, so it's like, whatever. It's fine. And I'll get rest, you know, at some point, eventually. It'll happen. Just not... Oops. Probably not right this second, I guess. That being said, on the note of more people being here, actually, how's my sound? Is my fan, like, terrible? Is it too loud? That's another thing that I'm... Fucking Pinkie Pie spikes. I feel like that isn't something I would have expected to say before today. Then again, maybe I shouldn't be surprised given I, not too long ago played through frickin' 3D Luna game. Pinkie Pie had all kinds of bullshit traps in that game. Mostly mazes. 90% of her traps in that game were in fact mazes. But still. But yeah, I'm glad that you guys aren't, like, hearing any terrible fan noises. And as far as the story, anyone's missed, which isn't much, we're confronting Pinkie Pie, who's been corrupt by the evil powers of... It's really funny, actually. Let me see if I can... I don't... I can never remember it off the top of my head, but I love the name so much that I'm, Dark Light Star. Yes. The evil powers of Hasbro would be funny in its own way, but no, our current main villain is Dark Light Star. We're gonna go beat her up for being evil, I guess. And for having a terrible OC. I am really, like, not paying attention right now. I just noticed Luna's, like, getting beaten up, and I'm, like, not fucking doing anything about it. Okay, good. I'm glad they're not focusing Luna, because that would have been, like, infuriating if Luna, like, had gone down. I don't know, for me, you know, it would have just kind of sucked. And I'm like, God damn it. Why did I do that? Yeah, unfortunately, funny enough, that is the best way to deal with spiders, which is part of the reason I'm spacing out. On one hand, I don't hate the idea, but these things have high, magical resistance, so I don't have a good way to fight them, because most of my best damage is all magical, so I'm just kind of punching them in the face until they stop existing. Luna and Applejack being my best physical fighters by a whole lot, but you know, even then it's not like they're super consistent. Being said, we are kind of low on MP. I could use MP restoratives, but I'm literally about to go to a crystal and use a tent, so that just seems like it'd be redundant. Anyways, how is everybody tonight? I hope you're all having a fancy night, nice and relaxed. Maybe, I don't know, already enjoyed a fancy dinner of pizza. And the ultimate food group. Or, you know, a fancy dinner of something actually fancy would also be an option, I suppose. Relaxing on the bed, nice. You would be relaxing on the bed. Sounds like something D would do. Dinner with family, that's nice. I think I should be fine here. Yes, I'm here. Okay. Tent activate. And now I can go ahead and save him. Ooh, country ribs. I literally don't even... Oh, fucking... Oh, hi there. Wow, that was hilarious. I didn't even plan that one. Pinkie Pie's eyes don't look... I think the effect looks way less good on Pinkie Pie compared to the other ponies. I swear Pinkie Pie just looks like she's eaten too many cupcakes or something. Like... doesn't really look evil from that. Pinkie, what gives it? What gives? You could have killed him by that. Yeah, but you weren't, and that's what makes it funny. Don't worry, you'll get me back eventually. Come on, Pinks. I'm your old pranking buddy. You know I say you're going too far here, but I worked so hard on all this, I thought you would understand. You aren't smiling. Pie, this must stop. Reckless behavior is endangering the lives of other ponies. It's only a matter of time before some pony dies. Surely you realize that. It's not that dangerous. I could get past this all easily. You just don't understand. It's supposed to be funny. Why aren't you smiling? Damn. I do like the evil Pinkie Pie design here, though. That's pretty cool. Somehow I think I've liked all of the nightmare designs of the other ponies. Most of them have been very fitting, actually. I'd say this one really nails it. What is Moonbeam, yeah. Sunbeam, Ice, and damage. Reality Warp. Okay, well, that only worked on Rainbow Dash, but unfortunately she did, in fact, confuse Rainbow Dash. I guess it warp reality that effectively, though. I don't really have, weirdly, this game has not given me a lot of, restorative items for status effects, so I literally can't do anything about the fact that, like, I can't even attack my own party or anything, so I can't do anything actively about the fact that Rainbow Dash is confused right now. And just for clarification, I did go to the store before I left. As far as I could tell, they were not selling any curative items for confusion there either, though. I mean, if she does AoE things that just cure confusion when they hit anyways, I guess it doesn't really matter if she confuses a pony outside of making them lose a turn. I get the impression this isn't going to be a very hard fight, which, it's kind of funny. I feel like the normal enemies in this game lately have been more dangerous than boss enemies. I definitely can say it's because of, why am I having trouble with the wording? It's because of the amount of actions the enemies get, you know, like, sure, the boss is tougher than a normal enemy, but they're not tougher enough than a normal enemy to really make it matter that it takes so long to beat up Pinkie Pie here. And her damage output, amazingly, doesn't really feel any different than a normal enemy, in my opinion. Like, 33 per hit, that's kind of nothing when you've got this much HP. I'm not even going to use the best healing item I have, because Celeste is literally not in any danger. Oh well. I still think the designs are cool, and it's not the worst bosses I've ever encountered, it's just something that it's hard to not, I don't know, take notice of, is that the bosses are far from challenging. Also, it seems like Confusion is more of a stunned status effect than like a, actually, yeah, since she doesn't have any, let's do that. But I guess I would say I would prefer the bosses to be kind of whatever than, like, annoyingly impossible, because I do not like grinding in most RPG games, and I hate grinding in RPG Maker games. I could not imagine something that sounds like it would feel like a bigger waste of time than grinding in RPG Maker. You know, like just sitting there and randomly running into random, like a bunch of whatever encounters and stuff. I think the game has gotten that part of the balancing down fine, actually. I haven't ever so far felt like I really had to grind. The closest I've ever done is just beat up some birds for a little bit of extra change, but, you know, that wasn't, like, too bad. I didn't feel like I had to do that to get levels or anything, I guess is what I'm saying. And it wasn't, like, impossibly hard to get the bits I needed. And there we go. Pinkie Pie defeated. Everyone's got it level ups except for Luna. Where'd you get that hammer? Pinkie Pie, are you alright? That wasn't funny. That wasn't funny at all. But why was I laughing if it wasn't funny? Because, Pinkie Pie, you're what ponies like to call a sadist. Wait, didn't we already have this conversation with Fluttershy last stream? Damn. Being evil just turns everyone into a sadist. I guess in a weird way, evil is kind of like, I don't know, uncontrolled sadism, something. I'm being dumb. Sorry, responding to Sapir real quick. Dude was telling me that he's back from hanging out with his bro. I was like, yeah, I'm streaming a badass game. Nerd. Jeez, Carrot Top didn't have to go get that out of shape. All I did was sneak some laxatives into Derpy's muffins. It's weird, I keep trying to come up with new prank ideas to cheer everyone up after Rarity and Fluttershy disappeared, but no pony seems to find them funny. And they're definitely funny. No pony knows funny like I do. I think they're hilarious. Nobody around here appreciates all the hard work I do and make them happy. Then I'll just have to go somewhere they will. You know, I think this one is like... this one just makes sense. It's logical. This is what one would assume an evil Pinkie Pie would look like without going like, you know, into just outright crazy territory like cupcakes or whatever. I mean, I guess it's crazy, but it's a motivated crazy, if that makes sense. I just feel awful. Did I really almost kill all those ponies? Hey, don't worry about it. You know, it was wrong now, and no pony got killed, so it's alright, right? It is not alright, Rainbow Dash. I heard ponies like pranks, nice ponies, and they might not forgive me. Hey, I've done my share of mean pranks in the past. I've even accidentally singed a few manes with lightning. Every single one of them was willing to forgive me afterwards, as long as I apologized and told them I learned from my lesson. Don't worry, they'll do the same for you. You mean it, Dashi? I mean it. Yippee! We gotta head back to town right now before they can get angry at me. Fair, though. It's funny. Pinkie Pie is the first one that Luna hasn't been the one to, like, cheer up, I think. So that's interesting. I'll throw them a party. No pony can get mad at a party. Yep, Pinkie's back, alright. Pie has joined the party. Literally. I'm really sorry for all of that. I don't know what came over me. I just hope you can forgive me. Well, as long as you really won't do something like that again, I guess we can all forgive you. You didn't really say all in this situation. I get they don't want to make a scene of her talking to every pony she injured, but I don't know if this one random injured pony can speak for every other pony you've ever injured, Pinkie Pie. That kind of seems like I don't know. As ponies taking on responsibilities they shouldn't. Hey there, Silver. How's it going? Hooray! This is the best day ever! Hey, you know what this calls for? A party! Actually, Pinkie Pie, I think these ponies need their rest. Your party will have to wait for another time. That was weird. I had to, like, watch her walk for a bit there. So this scripting stuff made me do all those meanie pants things, and Rarity and Twilight are going through the same thing? That would be accurate. Well then, what are we waiting for? Come on, AJ, where's Rarity? Last I heard, she was staying in Baltimore over on the eastern coast. The train ride there shouldn't take too long. Nice. And we get the in-rest music, which means we got a free in-stay, which is also nice. Dude, the Shadow Bolts. You know, it's funny. The Shadow Bolts, I feel like, were, and to some degree still are, somewhat popular characters. They definitely more were than are, but, you know, like, I've seen some Shadow Bolt art and stuff, despite the fact that the Shadow Bolts literally only existed in the first episode, and also, or I guess the second episode technically, and also aren't real. Not that I'm complaining. I mean, there are a lot of things in the show that I adore that showed up for a very brief amount of time, or even aren't real. Like, I like that one part in A Dog and a Pony show where Spike is super buff. That's funny. And that one, I don't know why, that's just something that always sticks in my mind is like something I remember from the show, because I just love that scene for some reason, where Spike's like dreaming about how buff he is. I'm bored! Stratus, are we gonna get to hurt some ponies soon? We may. We'll see when Nightshade gets here. Damn. I just received a shipment of some new spin juice. And also, you know, they're edgy because he said a swarm. Those damn Chaos Emeralds. Even got a unicorn buddy of mine to spike it with a bit of dark magic to increase the potency of the poison joke. But when Nightshade calls an emergency meeting, everything else takes a back seat. Charger, I do believe you simply enjoy corrupting ponies. We both know that with the money I bring in, it isn't necessary for you to move that stuff. Alright, Shadowbolt, suit up! We got ourselves a new sponsor. She's got a new job for us. Who is it? One of your cult buddies again? I suppose you could say that. Certainly looks the part. So, what's the job? The unicorn in Baltimore has recently been gaining a great deal of influence. She's an agent of mine, and your task is to protect her. Yeah, them edgy ponies. I find it funny, for one, of course we get to see Darklight Sargon, but I find it funny that just now, suddenly they're, well, not just now, but this game is very sporadic on when it feels like explaining why enemies are trying to stop us. Like, sometimes, you know, enemies are trying to stop us because they're changelings and evil by default, or sometimes they're trying to stop us because they're the Shadow Bolts. Sometimes they're just random-ass bears and evil squirrels and other stuff that are just really pissed off wildlife and really, you know, hate us because we're the RPG main characters, I guess. I don't really have an excuse. Not a huge complaint, it's just kind of a funny thing to think about. But I guess that probably goes true for a lot of JRPGs. I can't blame this game exclusively for that. And yes, despite the fact that they are evil, most of them are still pretty adorable, I have to agree. Not exactly. I happen to know that a certain group is on their way to Baltimore as we speak to nullify that agent. And they have proven quite adept at doing so in the past. True goal is to see to it that this group is dealt with. Guarding my agent is simply a means to an end. So you gonna hurt ponies? Buck yeah! Just who is this group? 2 Earth ponies, 2 Pegasi, and 2 Alicorns. You're bucking insane. You want us to take out the princesses? That's suicide. That is true. That is suicide. I think Stratus at least knows what's up. Said it would be easy. Besides, it may surprise you to learn that immortals like them share the same vulnerabilities as ordinary ponies. That's where we come in. Luna's part of the group. Once we capture and kill the rest, Darklight Star here can restore our queen to her former glory. Oh, okay. I guess that makes sense of, like... Yeah. I guess that makes sense. It makes as much sense as anything, even though these were technically more part of Luna in the episode. But sure, okay, we're going with these being entities that served Nightmare Moon. And so they want Nightmare Moon back. And Celestia's death won't matter anymore. Our queen, you may be our boss, Nightshade, but you're still the only one of us who cares about this cult and Nightmare Moon stuff. I don't know about the rest of you, but for a job this crazy, I'd better be getting more than just divine favor. It can be arranged. As I said, my agent has a great deal of influence in Baltimore, and if you do your job well, guarantee she will be very generous in rewarding you for protecting her. Well, we're here, every pony. Welcome to Baltimore. I don't know if this is all accurate. Does Baltimore even exist in the show? It sounds like the kind of pun that would exist. It's on the same level as Manhattan. But I literally I don't remember. And if Baltimore does exist, I'm going to go on a limb and say that it doesn't show up. So, this could be canon. Technically. The darkness, I can feel it in here, just like in Manhattan. We need to find Rarity soon. Oh, okay, it's on the map. Royalty, what an unexpected surprise. Highness, welcome to our fair city of Baltimore. Sorry we could not provide you with a more appropriate welcome. Not here on royal business. This is an informal visit. Oh, of course, still, is there anything I could do for royalty such as yourselves, perhaps? It will not be necessary. Be on your way. As you wish, your Royal Highness. And get the fuck out, bitch. So much for keeping a low profile, sister. No matter, I know the influential class in the city quite well. One pony in particular who I'm certain will know Rarity's whereabouts. Okay, so... in this case, Celestias are, like... in the know, which kind of makes sense. You'd think Celestia would basically always be our in-the-know pony, but whatever. That being said, so there doesn't seem to be a lot of places we can go in Baltimore. Walking around like this is bad enough, but you can at least pick a color scheme and stick with it. Hey, this mane is all natural. Besides, you can't improve something this awesome. At least you can't. Was that an insult? Because that kind of sounded like an insult. That was a weird conversation with a random pony picking to have an insult with Rainbow Dash, I guess. I don't fucking know. Anyways, I'm gonna not worry about that. We got a fuck ton of new weapons. Oh, you know what? Was there a save crystal over here? No problem, NTF. There was. I need to decide if we're rolling with, who we're rolling with here. So we now have Pinkie Pie. I at least want to add her to the party long enough to figure out what she does. So she has a party horn, that makes sense. There's more equipment, that's fine. Her intelligence is question marks? That's weird. Assault with cake. May stun for 1 round. Not so silly now, huh? May stun for 1 round. I at least have to see if that how that works out, right? I'm not trusting it to be better than having Applejack in the party. In fact, I'm mentally trusting it to be literally worse, but I don't know the limits of this ability. Like, I don't know if I do not know if this works on bosses. I don't know. Like, it's one of those abilities that on its own doesn't do a great job of self-describing. So, you know. Wow, we can afford new everything. And some new cupcakes, too. This game really does give you just enough, currency for everything, kind of without too much effort. Kind of like a weird... like I said, there's the weird back and forth. Sometimes it does feel like, if anything, the game is a little too generous, but I think I would still take it being maybe a little too generous as opposed to feeling like, consistently overwhelming or anything like that, because I could imagine a game like this or easily falling under feeling overwhelming and unfun because of it. And in general, I mean, I'm still mostly here for the writing. Always an important part of the fan games and stuff, which I still think isn't bad here. Alright, there we go. Every pony's decked out in their new equipment. We got some healing items. I'm actually gonna go back and save. Which might be redundant. There might be more saving crystals in the town, but I just want to go ahead and make sure that, like, you know, if anything does happen, I don't have to go around rebuying all of this equipment, because that sounds terrible, and I just don't want to have to do that. Do you have an appointment? No. Do you have an appointment with my hoof? Star Charmer, there you are. Princess Celestia, is that really you? It's been far too long, Star Charmer. How have you been? Not as well as I should be, I'm afraid. Baltimore has been undergoing some changes since you were last here. Not for the better. Please, come into my house and I'll explain everything there. We do really have quite the party here, though. 2 princesses and 4 of the elements of harmony. Heck, at this point, maybe the princesses could be the other 2 elements of harmony. That would be entertaining, but obviously we still want to get the other elements of harmony back. It all started about a month ago when that new unicorn rarity came to town. Took the city's fashion world by storm with her designs, and her absurdly low prices allowed even lesser politicians to mingle. There was much greater influence before long. The political climate of the city had changed. Entire city vying for her favor. Then she started taking advantage of it. I don't think I understand, but okay. Oh, how so? At this point, Rarity's favor is required for the influential class. Any pony who couldn't get her outfits made by her might as well become a simple merchant. One day out of the blue, she declared that any pony who didn't properly appreciate her for her generosity didn't deserve her service. Started demanding ridiculous amounts of praise and appreciation, refused to give new designs to any pony who did otherwise. Well, he owns the city now, and the only ones who have any authority are those yes ponies who almost worship her. Even started acting just as unbearable as her in public, sucking up to any pony with more influence than them. And talking down any pony they consider beneath them. That explained the pony we encountered when we first arrived here. You met one of them? Oh, I do hope you'll be careful. Acting oddly for the past few days. Don't worry, we'll be fine. Do you happen to know where we can find Rarity? You know, I might not entirely understand the exact circumstances, but Cult of Rarity is entirely too fitting for Rarity. I do feel like they nailed a lot of these, like, back, you know, the corrupted characters. She's in the large fashion house west of here. You probably passed it before you met me. Thank you, Star Charmer. Go have a word with her and beat the crap out of her. You're sure you saw them? Absolutely. The Alcorn Princess arrived. The last I saw, they were going off that unappreciative has-been Star Charmer. Don't be long before they come here. Tell the guard outside to take the rest of the day off, and go tell the rest of my group to meet me upstairs. Make sure the princesses get a proper reception. Anything over here? No. I gotta say, Baltimore has a strange amount of houses that you literally can't go into. And it's almost like they don't exist or something. Weird, the bodyguard's gone. Luna, are you alright? Corruption here, it's so strong. Stronger than I felt in a long time. Look out! But I was expecting shadow bolts. Instead we have dark slimes and a water shade. Okay. I'm sure, I suppose that's fine. Not really one to argue. Well, sometimes. Depends on the mood, really. I probably should have done that to a different enemy than that I had everyone target. Actually, yeah, that was dumb. But alright. I have seen it in effect. It does in fact also deal damage, so at least it isn't like a, I wouldn't exactly call it a worthless ability on its own. She seems to do decent ability with her default, decent damage with her default attacks, which is also nice. I think Pinkie Pie seems like a, ooh, group level up. But Pinkie Pie seems like a pretty decent party member. What are those? Dark shades. Creatures born from the darkness itself. I never expected the corruption here to have advanced so quickly. Dark light star. She must have found a way to accelerate the corruption process. Twilight. Your own friend. How could you? Celestia, remember, this is not the Twilight you knew. Kershaw twisted her mind. Her actions are not her own. I suppose. So don't blame me for all the fucked up stuff I've done, okay? Please. Maybe I'll spam abilities still. Then assault with Kate, the one we're not targeting. Then again, these don't seem very tough, so I kind of wonder if I'm wasting my... Well, I'm getting through them fast, though, doing this. It's a weird back and forth in my mind. I'm gonna stop using, I think I'm gonna stop using mana on these slimes. They seem like really bitch easy fodder enemies. Yeah, and they don't barely hurt. Mute does that, like, even their spell, Mute does nothing because they're so easy, I can just take them down with physicals. So, I'm gonna stop trying so hard on these nerds. The only thing I'm concerned with is I wish I had more healing items, but I think I'll be fine. It's not like I have, like, an especially low amount. I just don't have the, like, you know, I wish I had fat stacks of healing items. But, yeah, so far this seems like it'll be easy. Honestly, I'm not expecting too much difficulty here. I think I've kind of, like, hit past the point where this game is going to provide any of that. I'll just try and focus on the fact that I get to be Alicorns and my favorite ponies. I mean, hey, I do like Pinkie Pie a lot, actually. She is pretty high up there on as far as, like, my favorites of the original go. You know what? Sure. I can go ahead and use a tent. Horse apples. Now, how are we supposed to get out of here? You aren't. All of you are staying right here. You know these varmints, Rainbow? Sorta. These guys tried to get me to betray you when we first went Twilight and faced off against Nightmare Moon. To disappoint you, kid, but that wasn't us. If it had been, you'd be dead now. Well, I guess we'd better make up for lost time then, huh? So, you are the elements of harmony? That means we can eliminate the greatest threat to our queen before we restore her. Come on, less talking, more killing. Man, Blue Ball has some real problems, which, to be fair, with a name like Blue Ball, I guess you would have many problems. Huh. Well, this is the first time we fought so many at once, so there's that. I'm gonna aim at Blue Ball, except the Rainbow. This will definitely be a great fight to focus on big AoE stuff. So I'm glad I kept Rainbow. Seems to be very just like a consistent character that you would want. Which I'm fine with, because I am obviously a Rainbow Dash nerd. So I don't have a problem with having her, like, always in my party. I think I'm gonna have Pinkie Pie dedicated to healing for now. At least until we eliminate some of their numbers. Nice. Okay, there we go. I was getting... Wow. Well, that was fast. Maybe I was focusing most of my damage on one of the tougher ones. Well, I think they're gonna start falling like a stack of dominoes now. Oh, yeah, I can't do... that's fine. You know, let's give Rainbow Dash a soda so she can ideally do more big AoE blasts and stuff, because that is pretty, well... At this one, I guess she maybe... No! You bitch! How dare you even do that? Celeste, can you, like, fix that? Because I don't appreciate that that is something that happened. Please don't kill both of them. Okay, thank you. That sucked. Pinkie Pie would lose out on all of her EXP if that happened, and then, like, I'd just be sad about it. Losing out on boss EXP always sucks. I feel like at this point, yeah, I was gonna say, at this point I think we should just focus on getting the last couple of kills. Because we should be able to just blast through them, and we did. Whoa, is that... Yeah, full party level up. See, I knew it would be super worth it to make sure Pinkie Pie is not dead. That was great XP. I had enough of this. I'm bailing. What? You can't leave? Not when we're so close. Don't get through your head, Nightshade. I don't you, but I've got no more to give. Starting Blue Ball out cold. The rest of us can barely start on hooves. At this rate, we're not even going to survive this battle. War is worth this. We want any hope of getting out of here alive. Now we gotta go now. I'd say he's right. Come on, Nightshade. We can't win this now. Let's go. I haven't seen The Last of Us, not by a long shot. Back in Equestria's true queen will rise again. Equestria's true queen. Una, are you alright? It's nothing, but we probably should have killed those guys, to be honest. I mean, not to sound like a murder hobo or anything, I just think they seem like more trouble than they're worth, really. But, we'll continue onwards. Yeah, let's focus it on the water shading. But hey, those, actually wasn't bad. It's kind of funny that I think in a way that was one of my favorite fights of the game. It was definitely one of the more dramatic ones. And Pinkie piled up. How grand. What do we have here? A singer's charm. Prevents mute. Oh, okay. I guess I'll give that to Pinkie Pie. I don't fucking know. I'd say that would be better on one of my Alicorn princesses, but, their default charms, I think, are just better. Like, having the attribute coverage is really nice. It would have been, like, I would have liked if the ability did a little more, but that's okay. I mean, in general, sorry if I sound like I'm being too complainy. I wouldn't mind if if some characters had a few more abilities. Like, it's kind of weird that at this point in the game, Pinkie Pie comes the whole one skill, and I'm like, come on, she's Pinkie Pie. If anything, you'd think she'd be like the skill master. She'd have all kinds of wacky stuff. But, you know, I get that that's probably not reasonable to do, to expect out of every fan game. That's just, you know, I can't help but think that. That'd be cool. Rarity, there you are. My friends, how wonderful to see you again. There's so much to talk about. I don't even know where to begin. Oh, but come over here. You simply must see my latest designs. Heard about your recent activities in Baltimore. Of course, I took it upon myself to change the city, and that's exactly what I did, purely out of the goodness of my heart. Goodness of your heart? Listen here, Sugar Cube. This town may have changed, but it ain't for the better. All the perfect nice ponies like Star Charmer lost everything because of you. Star Charmer, ugh. Ungrateful pony. Here I was helping the fashion designers in the city get the attention they deserve. But you had the nerve to not appreciate the fact. Why, she didn't even consider it necessary to commission a statue in my honor. You know, I do hate when people don't commission a statue in my honor. Like, I can't believe it. It's bullshit. I decided that she didn't have the courtesy to properly acknowledge my generosity, then she wasn't worthy of receiving it. Why, of all the... You just don't get it, do you? Check, please, the corruption, not... It ain't just the corruption. Rarity's always had a stick up her plot, but this... Beg your pardon? And if you have something to say, Applejack, then I hope you would have the courtesy to say it to me. How about this? You care about no pony other than yourself, Rarity? You call that what you've been doing, generosity? Regardless of whether them ponies deserve your generosity, you've been ruining lives left and right on a whim. Been abusing your influence and demanded way too much in return for your so-called gifts. Enough! I think it'd be best if you all left now. I have work to do. Can't do that, Rarity. We need you to come with us. Excuse me, I don't believe I heard you correctly. Said you should all leave now. Leave it, not until you see the reason again. Reason? Ungrateful little... Nightmare Rarity. I mean, that's basically, like, canon, quote-unquote canon, Nightmare Rarity design. Though they did make her, like, eyes and cutie mark green. I kinda like it, though, actually. Once again, hit home with the designs, I must say. Bravo on the artwork for this game. I don't really know what to go for her. I'm gonna start with thunder damage, I guess. Oh wow, Assault with Cake looks like it can work on bosses. That's kind of impressive. Oh wait, what? Okay, but then what the heck is the status effect symbol above you if that isn't... What did you just do? Why is my stupid status effect literally non-functioning? I really don't know what's going on. I'm just gonna smack you, I guess. But yeah, unfortunately, Assault with Cake does not seem to be very good, mostly because I don't understand what it does. You know, you'd think a status effect like Stun would be very, obvious, you know, like, immediately I'd be like, oh yeah, the enemy is stunned. But she didn't seem to be losing any of her turns, so, I don't fucking know. Maybe it's not that kind of stun. Right, Celestia also needs a cupcake, though luckily she wasn't the one that got targeted. Okay, you have Celestia cupcake, you have Rainbow Dash cupcake. Fuck. Well, one of the characters that gave a cupcake did in fact need it. So, there is that. We definitely need to do some revival here. This is a surprise, like, it's funny, I was wrong about this dungeon though. That definitely jumped up on the difficulty scaling. Ow. Look, it hurts. I don't appreciate it. Crap. Okay, good. Gotta revive Celestia. I guess keep assaulting with Cake. Gosh, I really would have preferred to bring Applejack in for this fight. Now I know that. Because I could imagine, like, I mean, I played games where you can do bullshit like that. Like, stun the final boss and just kind of break the game. It's not exactly what I would call unheard of. Or an RPG Maker kind of game to have that sort of feature. If you want to call it a feature. Moonbeam, self-cupcake. Gosh. I still really hate the inconsistent, like, turn order. I still feel like, I don't know, in RPG Maker, if you can't do the, like, you know, the extra thing of putting the actual turn order in a more displayable manner, I almost kind of wish the, I don't know, like, it was just consistent, like, you always went first and then the enemy always went, or something like that. It makes the game very readable. But it's the feeling of like, oh, I lost a character because their turn didn't come up in time. Which I totally had a way of knowing what happened. Because sometimes we react faster than she does, but not all of the time. I think Rainbow Dash is theoretically faster. That would make sense if she's, well, the fastest, but somehow that doesn't feel like that's, you know, 100% consistent either. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I should keep a better eye on it. Maybe Rainbow Dash is always the fastest and bestest pony around. And if that's true, that's great, because that's true. It's canon. And speaking of canon, hey, I finally got the stun off again. Only took like half the fucking battle. And it's... Actually, I don't think she got a turn this time. Maybe the stun actually did do something. You know what I bet it is? I bet this stun is, she's stunned and then she has a percent... It's like paralysis in some games. I bet she's stunned, and now that she's stunned, she has a percentile chance to just not do anything. Yeah, seems like it. Or maybe it was just glitched out last time. I don't heckin' know. Either is 100% possible. Oh, there we go. Woo. In some ways, that was neat. I feel the boss fights can kind of be a little lengthy, but, you know. It was difficult, and hey, levels for everyone. What was I? Rarity, is that you? You back with us? Oh no, I was... Hush, little one, just tell us what happened. Tell you what happened. I was really about to do that. I was really trying to kill you. What's going on? Is she alright? I think she might be in shock. Shock? You sure this just ain't one of her over-dramatic reactions? No, I believe Fluttershy's right. Arity seems much more exhausted than any of you were after you got rid of your corruption. Because she sucks. She needs rest and time to come to terms what has happened. I'm sure once we explain the situation, Sarge Charm would be happy to host her for a while. Where am I? What happened? Come in? Princess, what's going on? I'm in the house of a friend of my sister. He collapsed after our meeting in your workshop. Our meeting, and I tried to blame yourself, Rarity. Something long in the making. Something that has been brewing before you came to Baltimore, but it is over now. Tell me what happened. I suppose I should, shouldn't I? But the rest of my friends deserve to hear this too. Are they here? Indeed, they're waiting downstairs. Would you like to go to them now? Yes, please. How odd. She's taking this much harder than the rest of her friends. Something else is bothering her. First, you must understand my reasons for doing what I did. You see, I have a history with this city. Here when I was younger, to make it my way as a fashion designer. To realize the world of fashion here was far from what I imagined it would be. Sought fame and fortune only to discover that no ponies seemed to notice the individual designers here. I never saw the outfits being worn, only the ponies wearing them, and no pony truly appreciated who made them. Jealous designers in town would grow cynical and start trying to gain compensation through outrageous prices. Not me, I refused to be dragged down by their misery and pessimism. I reigned fair and wanted to change the city. Then, the family crisis came up, and I was forced to abandon it all and return to Ponyville. A few months ago, I heard about a designer in a prominent part of Baltimore who left to try their luck in Manhattan. So this perfect opportunity to make my return. I could finish what I started and help every fashion designer in the city get the recognition they deserve. Besides, I rushed out of Ponyville without telling anyone where I was going. Sorry about that. First, things were going wonderfully. Not only did I have all the experience I gained in Ponyville, but I should find inspiration everywhere I looked. Signs flooded into my head, and before long, every influential pony in Baltimore needed my outfits to stand out. But then, entire city eating out of my hoof, but really nothing has changed. The elites still look down their muzzles at me, and none of the working class have heard of me. I do. It's not like I can force the influential class to appreciate me for all the hard work and talent. Though that doesn't mean I can't change who makes the influential class in this city. There are those who certainly praise me enough to be worth a rewarding. So when Baltimore refused to appreciate all the designers who work so hard for them, then they'll learn the hard way how it feels to be ignored. But I may have gotten carried away, but my intentions were pure. So glad I have friends like you who can help me when I've lost my way. Now, as I'm here, my reputation, such as it was, prevent any other designers from possibly hoping to compete. If I leave, then all my work will have been for nothing. I know what I must do, but pains me after all this, nothing will have changed. Nothing will change. Rarity? That's not true. Happens now, the only certain thing is that there's no going back to how it used to be. Well, I noticed in the past how discontented some of the city's designers were. I never realized it was so serious. What are you saying? Rarity, I feel no matter what your personal flaws might be, your goal was most admirable. Sir, that I shall do everything in my power to ensure Baltimore turns over a new leaf in your wake. That all the hard-working ponies get the respect and admiration they deserve. You mean it, truly? Known Star Charmer for many years, she's a pony in her word. Kind heart and clever mind. The city can make it happen, she can. Thank you, Star Charmer, from the bottom of my heart. I don't know if I have the right to ask this after acting like such a beast, but think that every pony will have one day free me? I'm sure we will. Look, now that the unpleasantness is out of the way, you never did tell me why you came to Baltimore in the first place. Suna, you mentioned something about all this being long in the making. What do you mean by that? Let's begin at the beginning. Oh my, so saying that all you suffered just like I did? Not only that, but Twilight is still under the influence of the corruption. Since you are assembled, we will be ready to face Sombra. I have no time to lose. Where can we find her? I believe the best course action would be to return to Canterlot. As her corruption seems to be, she'll most likely spread it, and all reports of civil unrest will be sent to the capital. Applejack might have a word with you for a moment. Something up? I just want to apologize for how I treated you before. Right, and it wasn't just corruption clouding my judgment. I was so focused on my goal that I didn't want to see what I was doing. Don't worry about it, Sugar Cube. That's what friends are for. Something else, something very important I have to ask you. What is it? You want to make out? Oh, sorry. Luna mentioned that we change when the corruption manifests, like I was trying to, yeah, what about it? Be completely honest with me, Applejack. Did I look? Come on, I need to know. Did I look lovely or horrible? Applejack! Rarity has joined the party. Master Sombra, you wish to see me? Yes, Darklight Star. It seems that despite your best efforts, Rarity has slipped through your hooves. You failed your lesson. But I was certain. I was following your instructions to let the darkness guide me and led me to the Shadow Bolts. Motivated. They were powerful. Oh, were that powerful. I mean, they were decent. I know, child. Was though no fault of your own that things turned out the way they did. Blessings may grant power, but not master the subtleties of that power. Whatever. That much is up to you, and thus far you've shown great cunning and cleverness. Your use of dark magic toward your dreams against the Prince of the Night is proof enough of that. So after all the promise you displayed, I am disappointed. But I... Fear not, Darklight. There's a way to redeem yourself. The princess and your friends are proving to be more of a threat than expected. Must still be dealt with, and therein lies our next lesson. Yes? You cannot rely upon others to solve your problems. You must handle them yourself. Go and kill them. Something wrong? Just that what? Next opportunity for you to practice what you've learned. I'm not even sure where to find them. Issue. By now they'll be looking for you. All you need to do is gain their attention. The darkness should be able to guide you in that much at least. But really wish to disappoint me again. Yeah, I mean, I don't even fucking know why she's working for you. Like, Twilight's gotta have the worst reason of anybody, a certain way. But that's I mean, I say that. I haven't heard her thing, but I'm like, probably. I'm trying to think of who was the best. Pinkie Pies was okay. I mean, Pinkie Pies was actually pretty good. Fluttershy's is sort of interesting. Like there's one other I really liked, but I'm being spacey. I'll disappoint you again, Master Sombra. Go and show your teacher what you've learned. After all this time, Celestia, I thought you would have learned better than to keep letting mortals into your heart. I wonder, what will you do now? Refuse to fight your precious pupil? Seal your heart and face her forever, shattering her immaculate image of you? The outcome. I look forward to learning how you changed the last 1,000 years. A most enlightening. You know, I'm not gonna complain because it make the game really, like, boringly easy, kind of silly. But, come to think of it, if Celestia did, like, even a minimal amount of grinding on the tons of just random evil wildlife in the last 1,000 years, she'd probably kick the shit out of Sombra. She could just start the game at level 99. It's like, bitch, I've been alive for thousands of years. You think I haven't murdered a few squirrels to pass the time? Evil squirrels, obviously. Send word ahead. The report should all be ready for us. Sister, may I have a word with you first? The rest of you go ahead. We will be along shortly. Are you sure you're ready for this? What do you mean? It's just some reports. Got used to doing You know what I mean, Tia. Ready to face Twilight as she is now. Can you bring yourself to do what may need to be done? What may need to be done? Remember your reaction after learning what happened to her. I look forward to you being a liability should it be necessary to. No. I know what has happened to her, and there may have been a time when I would have felt differently, but no more. simply accept her as another necessary sacrifice. I refuse to allow her to die. Sister, face her. No matter what it takes, I will see that she is purified. Many times I hardened my heart, and too many times I've been forced to live with the consequences. No more. I won't be fighting to stop her, as I have done with others in the past. Time I'm fighting to save her. If the worst should happen anyway, it won't. Sooner give my own life than be responsible for ending hers. Come, Luna, we are wasting time. Now, the books we want should be on that table over there. Hey, look! A letter from Spike. I wonder why he's sending a message when Twilight isn't there. Well, what's it saying? Seems Twilight has saved us the trouble of finding her. Ponyville is being attacked by a strange bear, and I have a feeling I know who it is. Come, my little ponies, there's no time to lose. Only pray that saving her is a luxury we can afford, sister. She is this far gone, there may be no hope left for her. Damn, the very moment Ponyville burns. Well, I really should have saved this stream for another day. Because I kind of wanted to finish the game. I'm definitely near the end, but I am utterly exhausted. I'm gonna go to bed. Sorry for the low energy stream, everyone. And also sorry I'm ending the stream right when you get back, NTF. But yeah, I'm hacking. I'm way too tired. I'll finish this game off another day, probably the same day, like I do Lost in Vivo Part 2. And next time I stream, I'll try to be a little more, awake. But, no problem. I hope y'all have a good night.